television?
Well, I don't really watch it. I just pretend it's radio.
We don't exactly watch it either. With our crummy TV, we get 2 channels at once. For a while there, I thought Benson was having an affair with Miss Ellie.
Listen, Mom, we cannot afford a new TV. Survived a slight stroke, which left her, if I can be frank, a complete burden.
Why don't we all go out to the kitchen and get something to drink?
That sounds good. Say, have you ladies known Blanche for a long time?
Oh, yes. You're in luck. She just loves policemen. Life. Your husband sold horseshoes? I thought he sold insurance. Oh, he sold insurance for a while, but Charlie wasn't very good at it. As soon as people said no, he'd give up. Well, insurance salesmen have to keep going till they get a yes. They have to keep talking and talking and talking.
Oh, do you see that I don't need anybody's help?
What's wrong?
Lucy didn't come home last night. Her bed has not been slept in.
Calm down, Blanche.
I'm gonna call the police.
Oh, Blanche, I'm sure she'll be fine. I mean, what's the worst that can happen to a 20-year-old girl in Miami? Oh, my God.
Good morning. Lucy? Oh, for heaven's sake.
Uncle Nunzio, but we call the goat a pet. Anyway, Ma, I want you to drag out anything that'll jog your memory about the old days.
You know, people in St. Olaf are lucky. We all have the same family tree. You can trace each of us back to the same brother and sister. Doing up?
Just thinking.
About what?
About how I'm going to tell Ma that she's not invited to the Bahamas. What are you doing up?
Dorothy, can I confide something in you I've never told another living soul?
Of course.
You promise not to tell anybody?
I promise.
Are you willing to spit in each other's...
Not anymore. Hell, at my age, you can't take lunch for granted. I had a tuna fish sandwich. It was beautiful.
Well, Rose never takes anything for granted. She's never afraid to try something new.
You remember the time?
Blanche, that's a beautiful reason to take that job.
Well, that wasn't the only reason. That factory also had a comprehensive dental plan, and I was in desperate need of a bridge and 2 crowns.
War is hell.
So were my teeth. Anyway, while I was working on that assembly line, I met a young man named Andrew.
Plus, we play cards till we get there, we sleep in a motel, we turn around and come back.
You go all the way to Epcot and you never look at the exhibits?
Please, I'm 82 years old. I'm interested in technology in the year 2000. Hasta luego.
As long as we're resting, Blanche, we might as well take measurements.
To tell you the truth, I don't think that she'll remember me.
Ma, I'm sure you... I hope that doesn't make you uncomfortable. Ma, what are you doing?
I'm rolling for my life.
About this. I told you he was younger.
Yes, but you sure didn't tell me he was white. No daughter of mine is marrying some skinny white boy.
Narrows? What is a foot candle? What is the Theodosian code? What is the speed of light? What is the point of any of this, Alex? I am humiliating these two.
Rose, Charlie, I'm afraid Dorothy is absolutely right about that, too. So why don't we go on...
Did you hear what he just said?
This guy came to me.
Salvador wanted to tell you, but I wouldn't let him. I cared for you both too much to let your marriage break up. And Sal felt so guilty he never gambled again. It was worth it.
Oh, that was a very lovely thing you did, Mr. Weinstock, wasn't it, Ma? Wasn't it, Ma?
Again, Dorothy, if you need to talk about how you feel, I'm always here for you. At half price because of the Dan and Martha thing. Carol, come on.
makes Stan do such a thing?
Well, strict Freudians would call it a codependence transference. But if you ask me...
But believe it or not, most businesses aren't anxious to train a 55-year-old black hotel porter. Go figure it, huh?
It's all about pressure. From family, from professors, from friends. No room to slide. Have to be perfect. Guess what, Blanche? I'm not perfect.
That hot plate, Sophia. We'll go to the DA. I think we've got enough evidence to get these charges dropped.
Oh, Ma, I am so proud of you. Now, honey, if you could just remember where you left the hot plate.
I used it recently. Think, Sophia, think. What's that smell? My God.
Hacienda Hut. I thought I'd show the kid the town, give him some quality time. Maybe it'll make up for never teaching him how to ride a bicycle.
Stanley, how come I've never seen you at the Hacienda Hut?
I never have to stay long. I'm a chick magnet. That's why they call me Mr. Lucky.
You mean for 38 years?
Somebody tell me it was dinner time.
Ma, it's not dinner. It's the middle of the night.
Good, then I'm dressed for it.
Blanche is upset. Well, you would be too if your daughter... Oh, I can't even say it.
What could have happened? The two of you were getting so close.
Oh, wait, that's a woman. Oh, wait, that's Dorothy.
No, I meant for the auction so she won't get stuck with another loser. Rose, that's not a bad idea. We were all going to donate money anyway. We could chip in, say, $50 and buy her the bull of the ball.
All right, you ready? Yeah. Okay.
Juan Palamela!
Pack, we're leaving early.
No, it's important.
Mother, there's nothing to talk about.
Oh, yes, there is. And I should have done it a long time ago. Kirsten, your father wasn't who you thought he was.
I don't think it's necessary. Look, I don't mind being divorced or having to struggle to pay my bills or having to eat my weight in supplements every morning, but I will not do this. I will not become an old person. Ooh, rain's coming.
Hi, Dorothy.
Come right in. Raymond, I'm afraid I have something to tell you. Oh, you shouldn't have.
I know. Shouldn't have done that either.
Yes, you should. Do it again. I don't know. There was something special about him. He made me feel beautiful.
He made me feel young.
He made me feel smart.
Good. What an actor. That you and Stan were in bed together. Isn't that silly? Oh, I mean, my loving sister and the man I despise most. Oh, God, the nightmare continues.
My heart is pounding in my ears. But then again, it always pounds in my ears. I could see the finish line. It was only 200-300 yards away. And then it happened. What every runner dreads. I hit the wall.
Ma, you ran out of steam.
No, I actually hit a wall.
We have something to talk to you about. We are worried about you. Now, maybe it's none of our business, but all that time that you spend with those pathetic wimps from the center, you should spend looking for a job.
But those wimps need me.
But, Rose, honey, you have your own problems.
Look, you are 55, unemployed, your husband is dead. Gentleman at table 5 in the blue suit is impotent. Bon appetit. He didn't have the wisdom to know that family members shouldn't allow themselves to grow apart. Because when this day comes, They can no longer tell each other how they care. If he'd had that wisdom, he could have shared it with me, and I would have... Oh, Ma, you really think so?
Of course not, but you think I'm going to tell you that? I'm your mother.
Ma, are you sure you mailed all the invitations? None of the G's through the L's?
Will you come with me for moral support?
Oh, not tonight, Rose. No, I want to get to bed early, curl up with a good book.
That's all you ever do.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is, Dorothy. That's all you've done lately, and it's pathetic. What's even more pathetic is that I've been home to watch.
You always feel like you're among friends. What do you think?
That was just a story.
I think it was a true story.
Will you go see that judge with me?
Will you start putting an R in February?
Okay.
Morning to help with this fundraiser.
That's what being a Sunshine Cadet is all about.
I know, and I so admire your motto, spread it around.
That's sunshine, Blanche. Spread sunshine around.
Whatever. Daisy, Mrs. Nyland put some things out on her bed before she left.
This is really lovely, Raymond.
I hope you'd like it.
Reminds me of the place I met Charles de Gaulle. We were lovers, you know.
Really?
Ma, that's a lie.
Married, but after his wife died, there was no stopping him.
So?
Well, we could finally consummate our long and burning passion.
And
It took about 10 minutes. He wore his watch. It's like sex in the new Russia. Is it worth standing in line for?
I've been working on a whole list of ideas that have nothing to do with sex, but they keep turning me down.
Oh, like what?
Well, things I think people would be interested in. Like, who's in charge?
hospital.
You mean I'm alive?
Very much so.
Then what am I doing in here?
That's what I was asking. Tell you what, ma'am. I'll call patient care. They'll send somebody. Well, this is off walk. Good luck.
By the way, I'll be thinking of you. Guys like you make it safe for old ladies like me to walk the street.
Too late. You know, if there was some rain coming down and a soft train whistle in the distance, this moment would have the makings of a first-rate country song.
Gail, at least you remember what's important. You remember the kiss. Our first kiss. Well, this doesn't make any sense. Rose, maybe you don't remember because you've suffered some brain damage.
To do with this?
It has everything to do with this. In the 25 years I have on you, I've learned something. I just wish I could remember what it is. Oh, yeah, I got it. It's not whether you agree or disagree with somebody. It's whether you can be there for that person when they need you.
Sophia, I can't believe you're doing this.
Considering you were in a convertible.
You know, Clay, I've been thinking a lot about what you told me today, and I've also been thinking a lot about that boy out at Rex's drive-in, and honey, the two pictures don't go together. There's just something wrong with one of them.
Dorothy, what the hell is going on here?
Revenge! It suddenly occurred to me, what if this was the ultimate practical joke? So I dragged it out of Jack, and the two of us cooked up this topper.
Oh, Jack, I can't believe you went along with this.
So I got in bed with Dorothy. It was a joke. Oh, well, now I'm sure he's not dead. Rose, go look.
Come on, Dorothy. He's sleeping. I don't want to wake him.
You could light firecrackers in his nostrils. You won't wake him.
All right, now, Rose, go on. I don't want dead people in my house.
I've known some real disappointment, too, believe me.
Rose, you're not going to tell us that story about the exploding pig again, are you?
I never told you a story about an exploding pig, Dorothy. It was a peg-legged pig. Our possum was the one that exploded.
You want color? Talk to Lena Horne.
Here we are, Sophia. Homemade chicken soup. I used to make it for my husband when he wasn't feeling well.
Did you make it for him the last time he wasn't feeling well?
Oh, hello, everyone. I just happened upon the most divine dress sale. I would have called you.
To me, you have to promise me that you're going to be okay. I don't want anything to happen to you. I want you to be around for a long time.
Oh, don't worry, sweetheart. I'll be around. I'm going to have my head frozen. So are Dorothy and Blanche and Sophia. And some...
This is just amazing. How did you ever find Rose after all this time?
I got Rose's address from Charlie's Army pension records, and I realized a lifetime had passed, and I'd never laid eyes on my old chum's favorite girl. So I made myself a promise. If I was ever in the area, I'd pay my respects.
A lot of them can't afford the price of a meal.
Hello there.
Hello, Santa Claus.
Dorothy, it's me, Stanley.
He is not sure how I feel. He wants me to make the first move.
Oh, gee, I hadn't counted on this. She makes good sense.
I want to thank you for helping me think this through. You know, up until now, I honestly had a few doubts, but after talking to you, I know exactly...
Italian cook. Everybody's a comedian today.
Rose, everything okay down at the counseling center?
Yes, finally. We had a manic depressive overload. But luckily, Dr. Ferguson had heard some new knock-knock jokes, and that seemed to do the trick.
Knock-knock?
Who's there?
Guaranteed to make me gain back that pound.
Ma, all this eating you're doing is ridiculous. Now, I am sure you are already back up to 99 pounds.
We'll see. Wrong again, Kreskin. Still 98.
98 pounds? I can't remember the last time I weighed 98.
Sex life.
Now, I knew somebody who had 7 husbands, and 6 of them died of stomach ailments. Well, they arrested her. She'd been putting ground glass in their salads. Why?
Because she ran out of croutons. Because she wanted to kill them, Rose. Judge.
Well, why couldn't that judge just make up his mind at the hearing?
I thought he was going to. You know, I spent 20 minutes giving him reasons why Mario should be allowed to stay. He just said thank you and excused us.
Okay, Blanche, I finished making your lunch. It's on the table.
Oh, won't you join me, Dorothy?
Well, thanks. It might help take my mind off.
I feel like a lady again.
Hidden honeymoon hideaway in the Poconos.
Where every cottage is April in Paris.
And every bathroom, Calcutta in July.
Do you remember how I convinced you to let me back into bed?
No.
I've got a crush on you.
I think it is painfully clear that Philip and Gloria both planned murders and each meant to pin it on the other. They knew that the lights would be turned off when the cake appeared because that happens every year. Coincidence? Ha! Siblings often think alike.
You've given us a who, a how.
Oh, Mama!
I got a message that you wanted to see me. Am I in trouble?
I wanted you to come down here so you'd see how good I was at firing up a class, but obviously it backfired.
Hey, it doesn't matter.
That attorney I've been dating, I caught him handling melons at the A&P.
And I take it they weren't yours.
You missed my point, Dorothy. He told me he was a lawyer. Turns out he's a fruit waxer. Why do men have to put up false pretense?
Scum gathers on your elbow joint.
I'm sorry, I skipped page 62.
Listen, Rose, this is not working. We've been here a whole week and nothing has gone right. I'm ready to throw in the wrench and start using the Texaco station down the street.
Dorothy, please don't.
And stable Mabel here will blow my head off. There's a man in your bed.
Sophia, there's not.
Why, you devil, you.
So that was what we heard, Rose.
Rose got
Well, then, burial, I guess. But will you promise to put a blanket in with me?
Why?
Well, I just feel more comfortable. Cozier. And I want my pictures of Charlie and the animals. You know, the ones in the little silver frames. And my pictures of the children. And, of course, if I...
Dorothy, Miles. Look, Dorothy, about the kiss.
Kiss? I didn't see a kiss. Was there a kiss?
No, and neither of us must speak of it, because it never really happened.
At least it wouldn't have if you hadn't started up with me.
Me? I did no such thing.
It's a great telethon. Listen, we'll do the entertaining ourselves if we have to.
All right, ladies, you're on in 10 seconds.
I got
5, 4, 3, 2.
No, you. Good luck, Dorothy. I hope he finds something wrong with you. I don't mean something wrong. I just mean something wrong so that you know you're right when you know there's something wrong, and you haven't been wrong all along.
My God, I can't even understand people when they're speaking him, said Hound. When he came to pick me up for our blind date, I couldn't believe it. He jumped out of the car and he ran up the walk and bounded up onto the front porch. And I remember thinking, he's going to trip on those ears. But he didn't. So there he stood before me.
Song, and I want you to hear it.
Listen, Daddy, I want to talk to you about this singing.
It's been just wonderful, honey. I love singing. Now, I know I'm just getting started, and I got a lot to learn, but the audiences will come around. I'll do just fine.
You know, you're talking about this singing like it's some kind of career.
Well, it is. Now, see what you think of this.
How did you do that, Sophia?
The place was packed with old geezers right for the picking. I charged them 10 cents a dance.
No, you didn't.
Please, I worked hard for that money. Half the time they'd fall asleep in the middle of a song. How would you like to hold Mr. Morelli up for 2 choruses of... Excuse me again.
I can't believe it. I am going to be a grandfather. Think about it. Part of me is going to be passed on to that child.
Well, I'm sure we'll learn to love it anyway.
I'm sorry, girls. I couldn't get to sleep. I just had to see it once more. Where's my cantaloupe? Where's my miracle?
I'm an old lady. I need fruit.
Thing slides back and you look like you just had a facelift.
Oh, you're right. I'm gorgeous. I'm going to have to meet men lying down.
I thought you did.
Of course, that way, not only does your face...
I can't even reach mine.
Sophia, have you all had a chance to catch up on old times?
Yeah, Angela filled me in on how all my friends and family back home are doing.
How did you do? You lied to everybody. You, sir, are nothing but a low-down, carpet-bagging scallywag. And as God is my witness, I will never shampoo your hair again.
And another thing, you'll never what?
Do this.
Well, I guess you know how we all feel, so why don't you just get out of our
Signs and my poems, we might go into the greeting card business together. No, I'm thinking about a place out at the beach where the waves break so hard they knock the bathing suits right off the men coming out of the water. Come on, maybe we can salvage the rest of this about going to bed with me.
Now, what do the gold stars mean?
I had a good time.
What do the silver stars mean?
I ran out of gold stars.
Wait a minute. If you didn't sleep with any of the men in these journals, then how come it says bed?
I didn't think I needed to. I figured if I was happy, you were happy too.
Oh, Daddy, I'm so sorry. You've always been there for me. I should have been there for you. You think you can never forgive me?
Life's too short to not forgive.
Look, Blanche, what Rebecca is doing is really not so terrible. I mean, look, among the four of us, each of us conceived our children in a different way. I was totally unconscious. When I came to, there was Stan, carving a notch in his dashboard.
Everything in them.
Yeah, what about my bags?
Relax. With your share, you can have your bag surgically removed.
Come on, let's get to our rooms and get some sleep.
Good idea.
Good morning. My name is Nancy. How may I help you?
We have 2 double rooms reserved under the name Zbornak.
Well, it feels like hell. Dorothy, how do you go through this for years at a stretch?
I have compassionate friends around me.
Well, I guess eventually this was bound to happen. I can just feel my femininity slipping through my fingers. And in the
Christmas, ho, ho, ho! Here's Santa with toys for all the good boys and girls. Ho, ho, ho! Have you all been good boys and girls?
Yeah!
Ho, ho, ho!
Blossom and Belle, who had just won the Little Miss Magnolia pageant.
Blanche, before you start, realize I am very vulnerable now, and in no mood to hear a story about you and some Yahoo cracker with 4 first names pawing at each other under a magnolia tree.
I'm a Dorothy.
Stan, I think you're a little out of line.
I'm not knocking Dorothy.
Oh, what would you call this, a testimonial?
Okay, I'm gonna have to be blunt. Ted, all your life, you've looked up to me, and you've envied me for everything I have. That's why you want to marry Dorothy.
Married?
Blanche, Dorothy, oh, I'm so glad you made up. I knew you couldn't stay mad for long. Oh, of course we couldn't. Oh, it takes a big woman to forgive somebody calling her a slut. Fight over? Oh, good.
You are impossible.
Hello, we're a little early. I'm Greta Wagner, and these are my sisters, Trudy and Libby.
I'm so sorry. The house is such a mess.
Why, it's...
Go ahead, Uncle Angelo.
Anyway, I spend so much money on this girl, I forget about my business. The bank foreclosed, leaving me flat broke. I got no savings, no place to live. And I gotta tell you, a lot of women find this a negative.
You were fat!
Every little girl goes through that ugly stage.
Yeah, ugly, yes, but this is ugly and fat.
All right. You seem to be getting a little bit...
May we come
Yes,
in?
of course you may. Please, come right in.
I don't know what just happened here, but it didn't sound like it deserved an F.
It's because Kevin is not an F student.
Look, it's not that I'm lazy, Ms. Bornak. I'm just really busy with ball. I wanted to read A Tale of Two Cities.
Box 1990, Newcastle, Louisiana. Got it. Glad I could help. Bye-bye.
Hey, Dorothy, Blanche is taking me to the mall. You want to come?
I don't think so.
Oh, honey, come on. You're not teaching today. It'll be fun.
No, I think I'd just rather sit here and read. an equal chance of having our Christmas ruined. It's not going to bother me if I get Rose's gift.
Dorothy's right. Be a good sport.
Rose, I have to tell you about Christmas. It is too hot to shop. The stores are mobbed, and there are only 2 days left. So we've decided...
Blanche. All right, wait. Hello, fire department. This is Blanche Devereaux at 5161 Rich... Oh, well, of course you know where it is. Hi, Ed. I'm on fire. Why, you naughty boy.
Blanche.
I'll bet that's...
While we're gone.
Hey, who am I? Get out of here.
Dorothy, do you have the airline tickets?
Yes, Rose.
And the passports?
Yes, Rose.
Did you remember to bring Pepto-Bismol?
Yes, Rose.
Dramamine?
Yes, Rose.
And chewing gum in case we have to pop our ears?
Yes, Rose.
Did you call a cab to take us to the airport?
No, Rose. I called to talk about.
I wasn't speaking to you. I have just one question for you.
Okay.
Do you love him?
What do you mean?
Well, you see, he's my baby brother, and I've always felt it was my responsibility to look out for him, so I can't just let him get married to just...
He's acting as though Dreyfus isn't even his name.
Of course Dreyfus is his name, right, Dreyfus? Dreyfus! Come on. Maybe we'll swing by the pet shop on the way home.
There must be a support group for people like me.
We're sorry, Dorothy, but the bylaws clearly state that any derogatory remarks about the king are grounds for immediate expulsion.
Maybe you ought to join an organization that is a little less fanatical in its...
Stay and talk to Stan. I'm sure you can get somebody.
Dorothy, I must confess I have mixed feelings about calling anybody. There's something strangely provocative about this evening. Oh, of course, I would never have a relationship with both twins at the same time. That would be obscene. Unless, of course, it was tastefully done.
Stan, what was...
Well, I'll be the bank. Oh, good. There's the cash box. Well, honey, this is empty. Oh, I know. The St. Olaf Bank was one of the first savings and loans to go under.
Bad management?
Bad contractor. They built the bank on marshland and it sank.
You sure all you want is coffee? The corned beef here is really primo.
No, I didn't even want the coffee. And you were the one who said it'd be rude if I didn't join you. Besides, I thought the little woman had you eating things like sprouts and roots and...
Head down the wall and make mad, passionate love on the carpet.
Blanche, what the hell are you talking about?
You stole the closing banquet of the only art show I've ever put together in my entire life.
I did not steal your banquet. Mr. Allen assigned it to me.
And why? Why should he get in here? Get in here. Where in the world did you come from?
The coffee shop at the bus station. I went there from the hospital to, think things out. But this toothless old wino who claimed he was Elvis kept hounding me for bus fare to Graceland.
It's a very expensive piece of jewelry.
Please, buddy.
I think I've taken enough from you and Charlie already.
What?
Listen, I hate emotional scenes. I'm the only Irishman in Boston who...
Sleeping arrangements? What in hell am I going to do about the sleeping arrangements?
Well, honey, why can't you sleep on the couch and give Clayton and Doug your room?
Are you crazy? What will the neighbors think if they see two men in my bedroom?
They'll think it's Tuesday. Sicilian, if you don't want to acknowledge it, that's your business.
Fine, Ma.
But I may need a ride later. I want to go to confession. They go easier on you if it's still just an impure thought.
Well, you got in pretty late last night.
I know.
So,
Sophia, did you come to bail us out?
No, Rose. She's dropping off a manicotti with a file in it.
Oh, girls, we're going to get to see Mr. Burt Reynolds. After all, I thought these beautiful tickets were all going to go to waste.
So, which one of you isn't going?
Well, No.
Well, that's not fair. Last week you got to keep the box boy who followed you home.
There, you see, you don't need a dog. If you're lonely, get yourself a man.
I don't want a man. I just want to come home from work and have someone jump.
Identify with. Root for. We don't believe anyone would root for you. Thank you very much for coming.
He said America wouldn't root for me.
Sweetheart, he's wrong. How can America not root for you? You want this...
Please, come on, let's dance.
In denial.
Look, Fluffhead. Why should I deny being in denial when I never said I was in denial? You are the one who said I was in denial, and don't you deny it.
Listen, Dorothy.
And Ma.
You told everybody but me?
Honey, I didn't even know if you'd know what a lesbian was.
I could have looked it up.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry. I thought I was doing the right thing. I guess I underestimated you.
Well, that's not important. I've got a bigger problem. I hate.
Why can't you people see that there's another point of view? Now get away from here. We've got work.
Head off,
Lives into enemies, jealousy. Huh, I ought to know. You see, I was a devastatingly beautiful child. Pink cheeks, cute little button nose, red ruby lips, adorable little ringlet curl.
I was the tallest baby in the history of New York and had a rash on my head till I was...
Well, nothing. He didn't send a letter.
Well, that is unbelievable. I wrote him 2 days earlier. I did the dumbest thing. I walked out of this house and completely forgot it's a full moon. Under those conditions, a Sunshine Cadet Master must wear full headdress. Here I come, Greg. Dorothy, you haven't even touched your Mr. Ha-Ha dog.
You're right. I touched it.
And now it's time for the Mr. Ha-Ha Birthday Roundup. When I call your name, please come up on stage.
Stupid.
You shouldn't. You're a terrific lady.
I'm gonna miss you. Don't you forget me now.
Oh, don't worry. I'll always have this printout to remember you by.
I still can't say I understand what you're doing, but I do intend to try to respect your decision to do it. I want you to be happy.
I am happy, Blanche.
I know.
So are you telling me you are ready to have a brand new brother-in-law?
I under here with you. Your body's like a heat sponge. You'll suck up all the heat and I'll get up in the morning a frozen fish stick.
Now, don't be ridiculous. Just turn up the heat.
It's already on 9. On 10 you can cook a lean cuisine.
Good night, Ma.
Girls, can I please share your electric blanket?
Oh, no. What is the occasion?
There's no occasion. I just know it's your favorite. I'll get it.
Come on, Ma. This takes 12 hours to make. Now, what do you want?
Nothing. And it takes 16.
Ma, the only time you make lasagna al forno is for funerals and favors. Now, you're not wearing black, so what do you want?
You're more fulfilled.
Well, I'll tell you what would make her feel more fulfilled.
Blanche. A hobby. Oh, I thought you meant, a man.
You got a better hobby?
No, I don't think a hobby is the answer for Ma.
But what do you think is?
Ugh, I wish I knew.
Forget your laundry. Well, Rex?
Look, I guess I do owe you an apology.
Yes, I think you do.
I got a better idea. Tomorrow night, I'm taking you out. I'll call you tomorrow and we'll decide where.
Oh.
We'll have a great time, okay?
Okay.
close to Donald Trump.
I have a feeling the three of us are going to be together for a long time.
And do you, Max, take Sophia to be a lawfully wedded wife?
I do.
Then if no Elvis in this room has any objection to this union, I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride.
To be back. I was getting tired of sitting home and feeling sorry for myself. They may not have wanted an activities director here, but they got one. So what do you say? Let's get active. Hey, Mr. Lewis, would you like to dance? Oh, I can see you've had life.
It's so unfair. We're both about the same age, but he can go on making babies the rest of his life. I feel like the spruce goose.
Blanche, I just heard on the radio 2 killers escaped from a Georgia State Penitentiary. So? They could be headed here.
Honey, they escaped in Georgia. Why on earth did they come to Miami?
For the same reason we did.
Eligible men?
Hi, guys.
Oh, Dorothy, I'm glad you're here. Sit down.
Oh, what is it, Ma?
As you know, my child, I'm getting on in years, and I've decided it's time for me to settle my estate.
What estate? Your loofah sponge and bus pass?
Don't forget the 4 gold teeth when your father worked
Much on sex and relationships anyway.
You're right. I mean, what is sex, after all?
2 clunky old bodies thrashing around against each other. Like animals.
You get all sweaty and flushed.
Hair gets mussed.
into a restaurant and ends up sharing a table with a dashing young Frenchman. They drink, they talk, they burn a cork, and draw mustaches on each other. What? Just wanted to see if you were listening. Anyway, the next thing she knows, it's hours later. The place is empty, and the Frenchman is dressing like one.
Give me a break. I'll take my medicine later.
You know you're a lousy patient.
Now, what do you want from me? I'm sick.
I don't know that. You think I've been sitting here for 3 nights just to look at you? Believe me, you know oil painting.
I am drained of what little holiday spirit I had.
Oh, it's too bad because we still have to shop for presents for each other.
Oh, now, wait a minute. Listen, I've been giving this a lot of thought. I mean, none of us wants to go shopping in this terrible heat. So why don't we just put names into a hat, and then we just have to pick out a gift for the one person whose name we pick.
Believing that got me through some very rough times, Blanche. I mean, whenever I had a problem I couldn't solve, I'd just write Bob Hope a letter or go to one of his movies, and suddenly I was able to work it all out. All my life, I always felt he was there if I needed him. That's why I know he won't let me down now.
I don't know whether to... Oh, I am so nervous all of a sudden. Of course, I'm also very excited. I mean, I have dreamed about this moment all my life. Oh, honey!
Darling!
Is it my imagination, or was that my ex-husband, Stanley?
Dorothy, it's me, your ex-husband, Stan.
See, Sophia, we have great times together.
And it just won't be the same without you, Sophia. Hey, this isn't easy for me either, but I have to do what I have to do. What is it I have to do?
April, we are talking about one man who is probably sleeping.
You don't think I can recognize death? I lived in a retirement home. Death visited more often than children. Rose, go on.
Well, I can't.
Why?
I'm afraid. You go.
Oh, no, I can't go in there. I have a thing against...
Is there something wrong?
No.
Whatever gave you that idea?
As long as there's nothing bothering you. Would you like us to defrost a loin of pork so you can scoop up the sauce?
And was my father.
Get out.
What?
Get out of my house. I did not hear what you just said.
I would like to introduce you to that extraordinary 9-year-old girl right now, Rose Nyland.
I'm Rose Nyland.
Oh, boy.
I'm the one who wrote the letter.
Oh, boy.
He was proud of you. I remember him saying anyone would want a daughter like this. Of course, he was saying it to the gypsies.
Look, I don't have to listen to this. Have you any idea how it makes me feel when you say things like that?
No. After I'm dead, drop me.
Talking about? She was lonely.
You're out of beer, too. You're out of peanut butter? Hell, George, you better get her back. I'm gonna starve to death. Oh, Dorothy! What a nice surprise.
For you, maybe. George, I wanted to talk to you.
Do I detect a note of hostility?
A note? How about a symphony?
Oh, no, come on. Here, forget it. Ever since I got here, your mother's been accusing me of stealing everything that was hers that wasn't nailed down, and I'm sick of it. I'm glad I'm moving. Moving?
Angela found herself an apartment.
Yes, and I know you hate me, so you don't have to bother to visit.
Oh, come on, you two. Ma, she is your only sister.
You don't have to eat that cake. Why do I get the feeling you three are most happy about the last part?
Oh, you mean us have some cake? Honey, we can't do that. We're dieting.
Sure smells good, though.
Looks even better.
Bet you it tastes even better than that.
You three are dieting. I'm throwing it away.
Don't!
Now, you want to pursue this, you want to spend more money, that's fine with me. So, go to New York and see the man I studied with. He's the best neurologist there is. I don't know anyone better. If you have anything at all, he'll find it.
2.5 hours. I thought you died. What's wrong with you? Confident. Men are attracted to a confident woman.
Oh, God, I can never keep a straight face. Sophia, this is serious. Tonight is supposed to be one of the most romantic nights of my life.
You think you've got problems? I have to kiss a fool to save Dorothy. I remember half these photos. I don't remember Brooklyn. I don't even remember you going off to your senior prom.
Ma, I never went to my senior prom.
Actually, I did remember that, but why should I be the only one here to feel like crap?
The best thing that's happened to me since I met George. I'm just a stupid old fool, sitting up all night with a broken heart.
Blanche Devereaux, I cannot believe what I am hearing. You are the prettiest, most vibrant, most exciting woman I know. Men's...
Oh, may he rest in peace.
Baby isn't dead. We've decided to send him back to the farm and give up the money.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. We lived with a filthy pig in our house, bought a whole bunch of stuff on credit we can't afford, and now we're going to kiss off 100... If I like him, I give him the wrong directions. Have any visitors today?
Mom and Dad were by this morning. They brought comic books.
I never let my boy Phil read comic books. Of course, when he was 16, we shared an underwear drawer.
Did you bring me anything today?
And you achieve a perfect fit. Come on, old woman, we need shoes now.
I'm going to eat it. Why did you take it?
It's the principle. You're always leaving me out of things.
Now, Sophia, that's not true.
The hell it isn't. What about that dance marathon you cut me out of?
Oh, now, come on, Ma, that was different. There was money at stake.
We didn't even tell each other about that.
I remember I was the first one to arrive. You remember?
5'7". You're not the only one with Aunt Regina's phone number.
Damn MCI.
purse. I didn't really want any gum.
I wander now. I don't decide anything anymore. I wait for things to happen.
Oh, I know it. You're right. It's just terrible. If I get up in the middle of the night, I eat.
Wait a minute. You know something? We're being selfish. I mean, Rose's problem is more important than my date.
Am I losing 2 pounds? 3 pounds.
She has to face reality.
I am.
Love you. Always.
Oh, God, I love you so much.
To the wedding, and Pussycat, they need me.
Ma, I need you.
No, you need to be married now. Alone. Frankly, I think I was in the way the first time.
Oh, no, you weren't. Yes, you were.
Dorothy, it's time to leave the nest, and I think I've given you the
To be complete, each person has to accept the other for what he is. I don't think that can ever happen between us.
Jonathan, you're wrong. I can accept you. I've had time to think this thing through, and I can honestly say it doesn't bother me that you're small.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Number One Communist. Happy birthday to you.
What are you doing here?
Dorothy, I've been chatting with your boy Kessler. Give me another hour, I guarantee I'll have his secret figured out.
What secret?
You got cheese in your ears? I said, give me another hour.
Get away from me, you bloodhounds. I have nothing to say to you. Except this.
Todd. Trudy's dead.
Please, everybody. It happened this morning when we were playing tennis. Trudy's heart just couldn't take it.
Psychiatrist means psych, for psycho.
It does not.
She's right. I'm not staying. No, I'm not crazy, but he's going to think I'm crazy, because why else would I be here? I'm not staying. I'm leaving. No, take your hands off me. Don't touch me. You cannot make me. No, don't you in there and talk to a perfect stranger who thinks I'm crazy and reveal the entire thing she does about people.
Dorothy, you have a right to have your own friends, but sometimes it takes a good friend to point out your mistakes. And I think you're making one with Barbara.
How dare you make judgments like that? And how dare you tell me who my friend should be?
Face and body might start to go, and then I have nothing to make me special.
That's not what makes a person special, Blanche. You're special because you're a kind, decent, loving individual with a wonderful heart and a beauty that comes from your soul.
That's that Minnesota crap again about the meaning of...
Listen, Rose, I was wondering, if you're not busy Saturday afternoon, the university is playing Shostakovich.
Oh, I'd love to go. And I'll bet we beat them.
Rose, honey, it's not a team, it's a composer.
I just want to keep the record straight. Besides, Blanche has had experience in that area. Maybe she can give you some advice.
Oh, I certainly can. In the first place, never check in as Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Always check in as Mr. and Mrs. Don Shula.
What?
That way you always got to...
People usually are in this situation, Rose.
Unless they're all dressed up in costumes.
Sorry.
What's all the commotion? Oh, boy.
Grandma, this isn't what it looks like.
Please, I'm 80 years old. I may not remember what...
Anyway, Ben got older and I guess a little bit frail, and this is the hard part of my story. One autumn day, I walked by that porch and old Ben was gone.
I bet he died in the bed he was born in.
are Miss July's all-time favorite films?
You're right once again, and I believe that she has taken up windsurfing since her magazine appearance.
That's correct, Alex.
Thank you, Johnny. Charlie?
Hey, I'm on a roll. Give me more babes for 500.
Wait a minute. This is ridiculous. This isn't Jeopardy.
It's a dream.
Rose, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Why is your name 3 times larger than ours?
Because I'm the one who actually won it. If you ever want to look at it, it'll be in my bedroom.
He's 97. We're both very relieved. The catheter's no fun.
So, what do you think?
I think I'd be thrilled if I could pee at his age.
What about our marriage? I'm worried about us.
What are you talking about? We're great.
I don't think we're great.
I right where you parked it again.
I'm telling you, it's been stolen. I'm going to call the cops.
Oh, Rose, don't call the police.
How come?
Because they told you never to call again. Call the neighborhood patrol. If it actually was stolen, one of their cars will probably spot it.
The phone book is missing.
The car's missing? The phone?
You hook these things to your muscles, they give out an electric charge and help get rid of unwanted fat deposits.
Does it come in a hat?
Where's Blanche?
Oh, she's out on a date with Simon. It's her first time out, so...
Girl meets boy, girl loses boy, girl can't remember her address, so cab just circles and circles and circles.
You told him you loved him and he didn't say it back, am I right?
Did you bug my bra?
Sophia, I told you never tell a man you love him first. That's a...
Mention. I just had an affair.
She didn't mean a thing to me. She was a waitress in a little Greek diner on the way to work. Every morning I'd come in, she'd put some rolls on the table and say, "Can I butter your bun, Stan?" One morning she said it and there were no rolls on the table.
One day soon, Mrs. Blanche Devereaux were to become Mrs. Blanche Devereaux.
I'll alert the mailman.
That last episode of I Love Lucy was hilarious.
Oh, it sure was. I never realized you could have that much fun staying up all night.
Oh, not even with Charlie.
Oh, we never stayed up all night. Just 7 to midnight every night.
No, that's a cranberry juice. Definitely Ocean Terrace.
Definitely Feinstein, except she pronounces it Feinstein. Harriet Feinstein, you want me to say hello for you?
Would you mind? We're very close.
No problem.
Hey, Alvin, I have an...
Oh, we do. Well, when I was 19, I answered the door one day to find the most handsome man I'd ever seen. He was selling encyclopedias, and I told him, right now, I can only afford to buy volume 1, but if you could come back next week...
There is freedom. The people in my country are going to read all these books and be confused. Now, the way things were, we knew what to do. The choices were easy. When there is one road, no one gets lost.
Not necessarily. Back in St.
Rose. Is this a story about someone getting lost?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, don't tell us. Show us. Cats next month.
And the kid, is he an actor too?
Yes. Or maybe you've seen him in the Burger City commercial.
Are you the little boy who jumps for joy when you get 2 hamburgers for the price of 1? You stunk. Let's go home.
If I still had my dog Fluffy, I'd give to him.
You'd give what to Fluffy?
My kidney.
Oh, come on, Rose. You'd give a kidney to a dog.
Absolutely.
So he could whiz on your rug?
I would give to him because of everything he gave to me. Who? Thor Anderson was the boy who took me to the Valentine's dance my senior year. I asked Thor to take me just to make Charlie jealous. Oh, I feel awful. I used Thor.
You say that like it's something bad.
Blanche, this is serious. I mean, he thinks I cared for him, and
Your, sitcom, it really isn't all that funny sometimes. But, you kind of muddle on. If you could not write a joke, if B. Arthur or Betty or Rue could not get a laugh with your joke, you have written a bad joke. And that's what we learned on.
Now that I've never heard before.
You comfortable, Ma?
Oh, yeah. Before we leave, I want to get the model number off this cut. I'm hoping Ethan Allen makes one and not E. Pine.
Ma, try to make the best of it, okay? We're going to be here for...
No, I don't want to. I just hate bowling. All I ever wanted to do was look cute in my new outfit. We all look cute in your new outfit. That does it.
No. I have the purchase order right here in front of me. This was your mistake, and we're not paying for it. Problems. The world is bringing...
Perfect for it. And the best part is, he's going to have it displayed at his big show at the museum.
Blanche, I can't believe you're actually going through with this.
But of course I am, Rose. Laszlo is a world-famous sculptor. This is my opportunity to be immortalized forever in a classic work of art.
Marriage was over.
Dorothy, look, things happen.
Things happened. You're damn right things happened. 38 years happened. 38 years of sharing and crying and dreaming and fighting and loving and children and diet.
Rose, you cannot go on this way. I mean, life isn't worth living if you're going to live it with this kind of fear. Now, honey, we were robbed. It's scary, but it happens. And now it's over. And the robbers are gone. I know that. I know it's over. I know they're gone.